back to my channel, guys. My name is Marquita Lachey. If you are new here, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and share this video. If you seen by that thumbnail or the title, you know what we're doing. We are watching It Ends With Us and getting my reactions to it because I finally finished the book and I was blown away. Blown away. 1 second. Let me go get the book. Found you. All right. Let's talk about this book right quick because I had tears in my eyes, literally about to cry about this book. It was just so freaking heavy. The way the abuse was displayed, it was kind of idolized in the beginning, but then you see how what she was writing, what it meant in the end, okay? You just see where she was going, and then I read the author's note to know that she suffered from similar things, or her mother suffered from similar things happening in her life, and that she was just so close to this story that she written. It made me have a newfound love for Colleen Hoover, and I don't understand the hate on this woman. This is my second book. I can't remember what the other book it is that I read about her, but how can you hate on her? Her writing is beautiful. How she portrays characters is wonderful. She really brings each character to life. So the plot is there. Everything is in order. It all makes sense in the end. And she just shined light on domestic abuse and how it's portrayed to others and how we see it, or how the victim sees it in the time, and how hard it is, where we sometimes, be like, well, why don't you just leave him? She shows that it's not that easy. Those women who go through things like that are actually the strongest ones. They actually do find the strength to leave. It takes a lot. She showed so much, and she also showed how sometimes women forgive the men who do this to them, because Rao was a character where you really want to forgive him for what he did. And you can see him being so sorry. He actually means that he's sorry. But does that mean he's not going to do it again? And how do you find the line between that? And like her mom said, you just have to know your limit. And showing women that they need to have a limit in the beginning to not continue to suffer was beautifully written in this book. This book was something else. And I already know that I'm probably going to cry in the movie. I just hope that this movie lives up to the book a little bit, because I've heard mixed reviews on it. So anyways, enough rambling for me. Let's go watch the movie.
Come a little closer, I wanna dance with you. Everything's moving slower, I don't know what it is you do. I've been looking at you all night, trying to figure you out. I just wanna make you smile, hold your hand in my hand, looking at the sunset. Man, you're looking good tonight.
Before I start, guys, I just want to say I have such high expectations for this movie, but I am like a little disappointed, as some people were, of the characters that they picked to play, the people they picked to play the characters, because in the book they describe her as a redhead, and I don't really find Blake Lively to be a true redhead. I could swear I feel like they made her hair look a bit more orange. But that's just not giving real redhead to me, I love Blake Lively and I love her in all her movies, but I just feel like they could have got someone that was already equipped, And I am super scared to see Atlas' character in here. If you hear that noise, it's my rabbit. I don't know what he's doing. He's eating paper. Anyways. And I don't feel like I'm going to be attracted to Atlas when I really want to be, because I'm super attracted to him in the book aspect of him. But I don't want to like Rao's character more just because he looks better, I don't know if that makes sense, because the person they picked, Rao, he is hot. I loved him in Jane the Virgin, okay? So I felt like they needed somebody to live up to the same expectation on both ends. And I feel like I'm scared to see who Atlas is playing in there. I don't know. I don't even know who Atlas is playing yet, but I'm scared, y'all. And what else was I gonna say? It just reminds me of when I watched The Hunger Games, and I was so mad that they picked Peeta to be Peeta. Peeta, no disrespect, just wasn't my cup of tea, so I couldn't even find the love between them as much as I would or did in the book, because I found him attractive in the book, and then they put that dude up there compared to Liam. Am I saying the names right? I can't remember their names right now. Peter. Who is what? Gabe? Is that his name? It's something like that. Anyways, y'all understand what I'm saying. You understand where I'm coming from. Anyways, let's watch the movie. Stop listening to me. Well, I'm already mad at this movie. Now, why in the hell did they change the rooftop scene? And I immediately went to Google because I'm like, why did they change this scene? Why? There was literally nothing wrong with it. It made perfect sense. It set the theme for the rest of the movie. And we're going to change that for what? And then I realized her husband did it. Why was he even involved with the movie? I like Ryan Reynolds, but why is he even involved with her work? That's annoying. But anyways, we're just going to keep watching. Just had to tell y'all that. How did they make dressing for bed so goddamn sexy? Like they're literally changing into pajamas. Literally. And Blake Lively oozes sex appeal, so I guess that's why they chose her for this film. But at the same time, I'm like, they made her different from the whole character of Lily to me. Like, this girl on the movie is more bold, more daring, more secure, and like her moves and her sex appeal, like, I don't know, she just didn't seem, she's not like standoffish or anything where she was kind of like shy in the beginning and she wasn't really like, oh, I'm not interested. It's more like she's teasing him, I feel like, in the movie, which I felt like he was putting it on thick in the book. She was just going with it. You know, do you understand me? Are you getting what I'm putting down? But I like this scene. I still don't like how they've changed the skip. I understand it's a movie, they have to do it. So they still kind of made this one believable and sexy and hot in their own way. And I'm enjoying the pajama, take off your clothes and let's go to sleep scene. I am pissed, you guys. I don't understand why they're like covering up the abusive parts of this relationship a lot. There's no substance to the things that Rao really did. Like, they made the whole incident look like an accident and didn't even like showcase that he really just pushed the out of her. Is this movie not gonna be about that anymore? I'm confused right now. They got her apologizing and saying she's sorry. She didn't do any of the things she did in the book. There's nothing like that. Okay, I do like the girl they picked for this scene. I was so scared they were gonna try to do that thing where they will put the older woman, and make her play two different parts and just, you know, throw some makeup on her, make her look a little bit younger, put her in some teenage clothes. I'm glad they didn't do that because the girl that they picked actually looks a lot like Blake Lively, so they did good. I still don't know how I feel about the male Atlas yet, but we'll see. Okay, so I hope they're not gonna do this to Lily's and her mom's relationship the whole time, because their relationship is already strained and tense. And for them not to add her, like, what I would have loved to see the scene where she said, oh, I'm moving to Boston. And she went with her, if I'm not mistaken, to her first meeting with the shop. But now it's just a quick phone call of her still like, Mom, I don't really fool with you. Why did they do that? I don't know. It's so hard watching a movie after you read the book, because the book is always better. And I'm just critiquing everything about the movie. So I don't even know, should I watch the movie first then read the book next time? Because this is disappointing when I'm looking for the scenes that make the book interesting and they're gone. Poof. So, what's up, guys? I'm back. And I am kind of just disappointed in that movie. Like, I wasted my time. I feel like it was so anticlimactic. Like, it gave nothing. I didn't even shed a tear. And I was thinking, oh, I'm definitely going to boo-hoo on this movie. Just because the book gave me all the feels. And then this was just ran and rushed together. So, let's start with, this might be giving a lot of spoilers in this video. I'm trying not to. But they just skipped so many scenes that made the movie important. The substance was completely taken out of the film. So many scenes were just completely skipped, and the order of them in which it mattered the most to convey the message that was supposed to be given was completely lost in the movie. It was so disappointing. Because how are we going to have her being like, there was no character growth on Lily's part in the movie at all, because she goes from being this girl who looked at her mom a certain way and also was kind of shy towards this guy. And even though she was kind of like, you know, she knew herself, of course, but at the same time, when a domestic abuse is happening, we're not going to paint you as such a brave character from the jump. Like, there was never nothing to work up to her braveness. I don't even know how to explain it. Nothing to work up to her becoming who she was at the end of the movie. Like, the last scene, the one that is super deep and heavy, of him trying to, you know what, and then her getting to just fight him off and run to her car. What point did that make, that she was strong the whole time? Because in reality, that wouldn't be many women's truth, that they got to just leave the abusive situation immediately like that. So that was just because yeah, I don't even know what to say about this movie, but it wasn't at all what I pictured. There's so much I could go on and on and on about. But anyways, why y'all didn't tell me earlier? I was holding up the wrong book. I had It Starts With Us and not It Ends With Us. But can I talk about the book for a little bit? Okay. Loved everything about the book. This is why the book is always better than the movie. It gave everything so much context. The letters, like I said, that was even missing. Like, they didn't even do the journal entries correctly to let us know exactly how she was feeling. We kind of just had to guess. Because if I hadn't read the movie, if I hadn't read the book, I wouldn't have understood what she was even journaling. I don't even remember her saying she journaled. They just put that in there as just like the beginning. I don't know. It was so confusing. Didn't even have an important conversation with her mom that made her understand her mom so much more and have that meaningful moment to make them bond over anything, nothing. But this book, yeah. Rao was someone that was kind of lovable, kind of redeemable, maybe. But the more and more things that you see him do that is toxic in the book, you see that he is just not where he needs to be in any relationship. He needs a lot of self-help. And no matter how hot he is, no, he's not redeemable. And making that girl think that she was doing stuff to herself, you know. He kept trying to push a narrative, but she pushed back. In the movie, it shows that she didn't push back. And it also made all the moments of him doing stuff to her, like, not as harsh as it actually was in the book. They made him more redeemable to love or like in the film. And I don't understand why they would want to display domestic abuse that way. But, hey, whatever. This book is a 5-star for me. I don't know who are the haters of Colleen Hoover. But maybe you need to read this or some more of her work before you go in bashing her, because she is beautiful. The way she wrote this book was well written. Everything about how she displayed these characters, I felt every bit of it. Every bit of it. From the journal entries to learning about Atlas and all the ways she was there for him and how he was there for her in the end. Like, it was just so freaking beautiful, man. This was art. And pain and anguish. It was just so deep. And I don't even know. I just love this book now. Like, this is in my top for the year now. I don't know why. But I don't want to cry out here. I'm a hop off. I hope you enjoyed this video and watching my review of the movie and the book. And just going along for this ride with me, because it was a hell of a journey to read this. Love you guys.
How I used to do it, that I was a member of Confidence Club, 'cause that don't last forever.